Welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Think of a Hollywood actor's body like a high-performance race car, right? One built entirely from scratch in a garage. Well, our goal for this session is to completely break down the real-world science and the intense training mechanics behind building exactly that kind of superhero physique. We see these incredible, godlike bodies up on the big screen, and honestly, it's so easy to just write it all off as movie magic. But underneath the CGI and the perfect lighting, there is a very real, very punishing biological process at play. Today, we're unpacking exactly how that process works.
Okay, let's dive right into this. How exactly does a mere mortal go about building that kind of physical power? Today, we're transitioning away from the Hollywood fiction and grounding ourselves in the harsh but deeply rewarding reality of heavy lifting and serious recovery. The training inspired by the Thor physique isn't just about picking up heavy weights to look good for a camera. It's a highly calculated, systematic breakdown and rebuilding of the entire human body. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. Demystifying the Thor physique. 2. Foundations of godlike strength. 3. The power of progressive overload. 4. Fueling and repairing muscle. And 5. Forging your superhero physique. We're going to look under the hood at the complete ecosystem of strength building.
Starting with Section 1, demystifying the Thor physique. Because before we can talk about the mechanics of how to actually build this kind of strength, we need to define what the look actually entails.
The physical traits you're aiming for here are highly intentional. We're talking broad shoulders, a thick chest, a powerful back, massive arms, and incredibly strong legs, all while maintaining low to moderate body fat and overall muscular symmetry. But the real secret here? It's perfectly balancing that immense muscle mass with explosive athletic movement. You aren't just trying to become a walking, bulky statue. You literally have to be agile and able to move dynamically.
And this brilliantly illustrates that crucial difference. On the left, we've got the Thor physique, which balances that muscle size with athletic performance and functional movement. And on the right, competitive bodybuilding, where the primary focus is on maximum size, extreme low body fat, and stage aesthetics. The superhero ideal is meant to be highly functional. You know, a competitive bodybuilder might look way bigger on a competition stage, but ask them to sprint or swing a heavy hammer, yeah, you'll quickly see the difference. The Thor physique is designed to run, jump, and perform under immense physical stress.
Section 2. Foundations of godlike strength. Now that we know the ultimate goal, let's look at the actual engine powering this raw strength.
The core concept driving all of this is functional strength. This is training that improves both your physical appearance and your real-world athletic performance. Keep this in mind throughout our explainer today. Every single lift, every sprint, every rep in this program serves a very specific purpose beyond just looking cool in a cape. The strength you build here translates directly at how you carry yourself, how you move through physical space, and exactly how much force you can generate.
So the absolute foundation of this relies on compound movements. We're talking the bench press for your chest and triceps, squats for legs and core, deadlifts for the back and legs, the overhead press for shoulders and arms, pull-ups, and finally farmer carries for full body and grip strength. The reason these specific lifts are the bedrock of the routine is super simple. Recruiting multiple muscle groups at once, basically crossing multiple joints during a single movement, is the biological secret to overall strength and rapid muscle growth. It's how you get the absolute maximum return on your physical investment.
But here's the thing. A massive, powerful engine still needs a sturdy chassis, right? And that is your core. Enter the core training arsenal. Hanging leg raises, planks, cable crunches, Russian twists, the Palloff press, and ab wheel rollouts. Your core doesn't just look impressive, it acts as the structural pillar of your body. It's the literal shield that keeps your spine from collapsing under the weight of a heavy squat or deadlift, preventing some pretty devastating injuries.
Now notice how this Saturday conditioning setup is completely different, building explosive power and endurance using farmer carries, battle ropes, sled pushes, box jumps, and HIIT sprint intervals. This is exactly how the routine prioritizes explosive athletic power over just pushing weight on a static machine. You're out there teaching all that newly built muscle how to fire rapidly and sustain effort over time.
Moving right along to Section 3, the power of progressive overload. Because just doing the exercises isn't quite enough. Let's move to how this actually builds, because the physiological secret weapon that forces your body to adapt and grow stronger is progressive overload. You can't just lift the exact same weight forever and expect to get bigger. You have to climb this precise staircase of demands. Step 1 is simple, add weight. When that gets comfortable, Step 2 is to increase your repetitions. Step 3, perform additional sets.
Step 4, and honestly, this one is often overlooked, improve your exercise technique to make the muscle work harder. And step 5 is reducing unnecessary rest between your sets. You have to constantly give your body a reason to grow.
This quote summarizes the entire concept perfectly. Muscle growth depends on gradually increasing training demands. Here's the bottom line, folks. If you aren't tracking your workouts, you're literally just guessing. I highly encourage every viewer to log their weights, sets, and reps to ensure that steady, methodical improvement. That is how progressive overload is actually applied in the real world.
Section 4. Fueling and repairing muscle. To sustain this crazy overload, we have to shift our focus out of the gym entirely.
It's all about what happens in the kitchen. Take a look at this sample daily fuel. For breakfast, whole eggs and oatmeal. Lunch is grilled chicken and brown rice. Post-workout, you're hitting whey protein, white rice, and lean beef. Dinner, salmon, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. You are literally eating the raw building blocks required to repair muscle. This places a massive emphasis on high-protein and clean whole foods, rather than relying on magic powders or trendy, overpriced supplements. You have to repair the tissue you just spent hours tearing apart in the gym.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that single number right there, 7 to 9. 7 to 9 hours. I honestly cannot stress this enough. You do not build muscle when you're lifting weights. You are actively destroying it. Those 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every single night are the absolutely vital only time your central nervous system recovers and your body actually synthesizes new muscle tissue.
Which naturally brings us to the full recovery protocol. Yes, it encompasses that quality sleep, but also stretching, mobility exercises, foam rolling, those high-protein meals we just went over, and strictly dedicated rest days, like taking Sunday completely off. Staying hydrated and rigorously adhering to these recovery modalities is just as critical as those heavy compound lifts. Seriously, if you skip recovery, you'll stagnate, or worse, you'll snap something. And finally, Section 5, Forging Your Superhero Physique. Let's ground this Hollywood fantasy firmly in mortal reality with some actionable advice.
For anyone just starting out, please don't let this routine intimidate you. It's totally adaptable. Start by using lighter weights, aggressively learn proper lifting technique, reduce your training volume initially, and just increase that intensity gradually over time. By focusing on perfect form and gradual scaling rather than ego lifting, you're going to protect your joints and set yourself up for literally decades of healthy training.
And remember what it says right here. Consistency and patience are the ultimate superpowers. Building a superhero physique takes years, not weeks, and it heavily depends on your unique genetics and bone structure. It's so incredibly important to manage your expectations here. While the movie magic uses perfect lighting, pre-shoot punk-ups, and a ton of digital touch-ups, the biological principles we've covered today will yield very real, very powerful, individualized results if you just stick to them.
So, the crucial point here is that true strength isn't just magically given to you by a glowing hammer. It's earned. It's built one consistent, disciplined day at a time under the bar and in the kitchen. Having seen the mechanics of exactly how this immense strength is forged, the only thing left to ask is, are you ready to forge your own strength? Let that question motivate you to hit the gym this week. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.